Hey guys, today is May the 17th of 2014. I want to go over the euro dollar and give you my thoughts and my opinion. And also know this is an educational video only, so please pause the video and read the video disclaimer. Alright, we could go to the performance. We can see that we start on the weekly. The euro is negative 0.47 down there with the Swiss franc. If we go on the monthly, relative performance is negative 0.88%. If we go to a quarter, it's borderline floating over the 0.01%. And if we go down to the half a year, you can see that the euro's it's above, floating the waters there at 1.47%. And if you go to a year, it's strong, 6.30%, the pound being the strongest. In year to date, it's negative 0.69%. If we go to commitment of traders, you can see that the last report we have large speculators selling. The blue line commercial are buying the euro, and retail, interesting, is buying the euro with commercial. If you look at the index, commitment traded index, you can see that the large speculators are selling, and the commercial with retail are buying the euro. Sentiment is going up while price is going down, and it looks like it wants to push a little higher. So we should see what this week has in store for us. But that's the latest report in regards to positions on the euro. Next thing I want to show you is my wave 59 chart. You can see I'm using the pivot low of July the 9th of 2013 and the first impulse, I guess with August 20th. You get this geometric layout, and you can see that it landed right on the angle right there on the 15th, May 15 low. So it's interesting how this is going to pan out. Could this be a pivot low? It could possibly be. I'm going to show you maybe why. A possibility, not that it is. It could probably go even lower, but I'm going to show you a couple of things. But I did wanted to show you this from this impulse wave here. We go to our Gann analyst chart. Let's hide all this. I was going over some stuff. First thing we got to do is we're below the 100 simple moving average. We got to keep an eye on May 21st, 22nd, and the 29th. 29 gets two cluster hits. These are seasonal dates. Seasonal dates have been working out great for the last couple of months. The dates to watch for May have been a little sluggish. Hasn't turned out that great. A lot of head fakes. It's like the euro has been like out of sync. I've been chopped out, stopped out of my long positions. So right now I am on the sidelines watching. Our Gann swing bar tells us that the swing is still to the downside, so we got to be cautious right now because the pressure is to the downside. But we're trying to find out where could be a possible pivot turn so we could ride this thing going up. Because obviously it's not going to continue going all the way down, you know, to hell freezes over. It's going to go down, it's going to go up. It might go down more and go up and maybe do a trend down, or maybe just this is a little pause, little retest, and go up and maybe do a leg higher. You know, we just got to look at the probability and see what, you know, what's possibly going to happen with the euro. So the first thing is first. Let's do what Andrew's pitchfork, and you can see that we cracked the 50% right here. And is this going to be a possible channel to be going down here, you know, slowing down, or maybe go up here and find resistance in this angle and just keep going down? It's a possibility, but I have it there set up just in case, you know, if it's going to turn out that way. We take that off, and we put our retracements. You can see that I almost kissed the 50% from a swing of right here, which is I guess what day is that? The November 7th low. That's the 50%, and if we, which is the 36.43, almost kissed it. If we do another one, that's from another swing, which is the 25% from this top. That's 36.83. I think if we got another one, no, that's it. Probably the other one will probably be the top one. From this low to this high, the 50% is right here, 37.34. So this would be a little range if you want to go by percent level. 37.34, 50%, support right now at the 25%, 36.83. Another 50% level, 36.43 as support. And if it cracks that, your other support would be that 75%, which is at 36.06. Is there anything else I wanted to show you? I think that's it for now on this chart. Let's move on to the next. I got a lot of stuff I want to show you, so I want to save some time. Let's go into our gunner and gunner. I want to show you something. Normally I have my chart locked right here at this anchor for those that use gunner. But the problem is now price has gone out of the grid. So what do? Well, this is what I've been doing. There's a couple of things you could do. You could go and put the next grid on top of that first impulse right here. And you can see you're already in here and it's kind of dancing, trying to find support at this level. The problem is the next week price action is going to go out to here. You're gonna still adjust. Next thing you could do is do another anchor right here from this anchor point right here with that first impulse, and you're still probably going to be in the same boat. But you can see how price is still trying to stay above here. The thing is that it cracked the 1 by 1, but you know, it's short-term weakness. That means the speed is decreasing right now in regards to the up momentum. So it's decreasing. Doesn't mean that it could continue chopping here and continue going higher, not even staying above the 1 by 1, but going up on another speed angle, continue going higher. We're going to find out. Another thing you could do also is, remember the X I told you guys right here, the X, line it up with the first grid right here. If you line that up right there, close enough, you can see that you could catch the top right here, this box where the high was, and you can see the same thing. Price is still trying to stay above this grid. So however you move it and align it, you can see that price respects certain things from this grid. It's universal. That's why different traders see different things. You see right here, and if you just wanted to align this grid up here with this pivot high of that 39.92, you could too. Like right there, you see, and every pivot point is trying to find support here. So there's a lot of things you could do once you run out of space. You could use the G24E. I rarely use it, but because I like more, this is more grid and is more locked in. And you could also put the box right there. I rarely use it on the green one, but you know, you could do whatever, you know, looks good, or whatever you could, you know, works for you. You can even do it on the first anchor on this bigger grid. Thing is that, you know, you don't have a lot of the support and resistance when it's a smaller grid. You can see that this is a strong level right here, and this is gonna come here to a transition. You could even go higher and push it here too on that arc right there. Same thing. Now you see that it's finding resistance right here at this arc. So there's a lot of things you could do. I think I'm going to leave it right here at this kind of like have it at that pivot point right there and lock it in right here with this grid. You can see that right here was a turning point. Right here the turning point came, did a pivot high, failed. Right here the X, turning point again, shot up. Right here turning point, went up, failed, came down, right in the middle of the X, turning point, came down, hover, turning point at the grid, came down, the X kind of transition, you know, pop, and now we're here. So I just want to show you that. Let's go into our trade. Where is this is the first impulse, which is the 914 high of 2012. You can see that a perfect example. Just because you think that you see that you cracked the 1 by 1, you think you're going to go bearish and it's going to go down. No, it's at another speed angle in another trajectory. So this is the 1 by 1, 2 by 1, 3 by 1. And interesting, it's just been dancing between the 2 by 1 and the 3 by 1 from the first impulse of 914. And right now it's showing some weakness. It did also here too. And interesting, it was 1, 2, 3, and then 4th it had a pop and got back into the groove. And what we have over here is we probably, you gotta say 1, 2, 3. or maybe just because it's still holding there. This is officially below 1, 2, 3, and this Monday coming up, 4th, should be interesting to see what's going to happen with that. If we go to our, what else I have here, this is our 5-4 grid right here, Gann grid. You can see that we feel the 1 by 1. This is a daily chart, the 20, the 50, the 100, and this is the 200. And we had a full moon on the 14th, and we have the 61.8 Fibonacci level within time, and it just kept selling. So a lot of things sometimes work out, sometimes they don't. That's why it's all probability. And right now the 15 put a pivot low and spiked up, and now we're at this 36.92. So it should be interesting to see what's going to happen there. If we go over here, this is a chart that I watch too when I trade. This is the daily. This is a 1 hour. This is a 5 minute, and this is 15. You can see that there's support here. These are pivots. So there's support right here, that 36.84, all the way to that 36.97, and the last support is right here, that 36.47, and then a lot of resistance. And you can see this is the low, the base, right here, same thing, and it's holding this 36.92, which is a reversal pivot level that I'm watching. If it could hold this, it's probably going to be going to that 37.34, all the way to that 37.77. And to the 50% within this swing, which is that 38.20, would be a good target. What else I wanted to show you? Excuse me. Linear regressions. You can see right here, this is where the battle is. The linear regression channel is trying to stay there and try to push higher. If we go into the weekly, you can see that it's been failing that 39.03. And gave that spike, and now it's here, and it's within this linear regression channel, was smaller, trying to hold that purple angle channel right there, and probably maybe dance between this purple and purple, going back and forth. But if it gets to the red, that might be a good angle, a good area to buy also too. This is the medium line of the bigger channel, so it's kind of like I have a bigger linear channel and then a baby one. And this is the baby one. The bigger one, it just failed this one. So a possible target, if it's going to continue down, is at 32.76. But I doubt it's going to go that far. It's probably at least going to retrace. If we go to the daily, we open it up a little bit. Same thing. You at the bottom of the channel of the baby linear regression, and you got a bigger one right here, which is at 35.15. If it's going to continue holding, so it's if you get above here, it's going to probably push higher and maybe retest here. But this is the main one, and it failed. If you go to the 12-hour, which is 180 days, same thing. But you see how the linear regression now changed? Now it's pointing to the downside. So maybe any of these angles could be resistance. But this is the main line in the sand, and if you fail this one, a possible target support could be that 35.74. And you go all the way down to the 4-hour, and the 4-hour you're finding support at the bottom. So this is not the baby no more. This is the big one. And it's finding support right there, but the baby one is still pointing down. So you can see PPSL signal. 4 hours has been choppy. All this has been just chopped. And if you go to the 1 hour, the 1 hour is finding support too at that 36.47, and it's just been going sideways. If Monday turns out to be a bullish, this could be a good entry right here, this channel, which is at 36.74, anywhere around there, 36.70 and up. If it finds support there and bounces up, it could continue going higher and maybe test this 38.05, or maybe any of these pivots up right here, this 37.29, and these pivots up here, which is 37.75. But this is the channel, and you can see the big linear regression channel. Now it's going sideways. This thing starts turning over and starts pointing down, and then it's going to get ugly. Let's glance this chart real quick and see. I don't know where that's at. Right here. On the daily, you can see that the point of control was that 37.47 area, and it's failed. It cracked the Kumo cloud right here, and cracked the linear regression channels. You guys seen this is the baby one, and this is the big one right here, and there's a 50% level, which is at 37.01. That's why he's been trying to fighting here, because it wants to stay above the 50%. Doesn't want to test the 62.5%. They want to stay up here and go higher. So we'll see how this is going to turn out. Next thing I want to show you is my timing solution. You can see that there's support right here, anywhere from that 36.45 all the way to that 36.18. And this level right here is the Fibonacci level, 36.73. And this is also support right here as of now, 36.91 all the way to 36.85. So let's see how this week pans out. I'm hoping that this week we'll have a pop and it's going to continue going higher, or test and maybe do another fail, and then probably just take all this out and push lower and come down here. But as of now, I'm expecting a retrace to the upside coming up next week. What else I wanted to show you? Next thing, dates, and my Gann grid from the 4-4 low. You can see that the 15 we put a low, nothing really here. It's been a little weird. Euro's been like out of sync lately. 18th, you got a low also right here. It could probably push even lower Sunday night, and then Monday you got a low here, so it could probably push low because a lot of vibration lows. It could be inverted, so we shall see. 13th, you can see the 15 put a low right on the 6th and the 13th, so it could probably be an inverse, and maybe this could be the low for now, and now it's going to trend higher. So we'll see. And I just started with the 5-8 spike high, the 15, and see how this is going to pan out. But we did put a low here, and it's kind of interesting, the first vibration level. Nothing there either. Let's go into the dates. As you can see, date-wise, we've just been in a lot of red. Purple, I've been putting it's just like a yes and no. It kind of worked out, but it kind of didn't work out. It's just kind of like in a gray area. The 6 pivot high, which if we go, let's go into a simple right here so you can kind of see everything. Right here was the 6 pivot high. Then it sold off, but then you get this big massive spike, so it kind of didn't make this like a real pivot high. Now this is the pivot high, so that's why this one has a kind of like a purple. Same thing here. May 5th, this is 2-day window. So it's kind of, the 9th worked out great because the 9th, the pivot high was the 8th, so this is a 2-day window, so this kind of worked out in regards to this. These are the lows, and none of these worked out, so this is probably going to not work out here. And the 18th, it's coming up. 18th coming up here. 15, this is a square out on a daily. So we'll see if this 15 holds. That's why I haven't colored it yet as a fail, because this is a square out calculation that I was keeping an eye on. And the May 7th was all right. This was a moon cell signal. So the 7th, where's the 7th at? Right here. 6th, 7th. It was from that spike high. It worked out great as a sell signal, but then here it just got all crazy with the volatility. May 9th worked out well because that was a Mercury sell signal. So that kind of worked out because it was at 8th, 9th. It's continued 9th, so sold here and sold here, and it kept selling. But now we have the 15 was a Venus buy signal, and the 16 was a sun buy signal. So these I haven't colored yet because if this is the low, the 15th, then everything else is going to continue going higher now, and that's what I'm expecting or hoping. And then the 20th we'll get there. So the 18th, this was a fail, supposed to be a pivot low. Then the next pivot low is supposed to be the 18th. If this is going to pan out, so we'll see. And I think that's it. So these are all kind of on yellow, on standby to see if this low holds. If it doesn't, then these are going to most likely get all reds, and it's going to continue lower. The only thing you got to keep an eye on is the seasonal dates, which is the May 21st, 22nd, and the 29th, and see how that pans out. So I think there's anything else I wanted to show you. I think that's it. Let's go into our big picture. Our big picture consists of the monthly, weekly, daily, and a 12-hour. And things are a little off over here. So this is what's going on the 12-hour. We don't have no buy signals, but you can see all these green cherries has been holding. But this MACD is showing divergence, like pressure's going to the upside. Same thing here. So there's a turn brewing, but we don't have the signal yet. We did have it on the Fisher, and we do have it on the MMG. So this is positive 1, 2, 3. This is the MACD is positive here, showing up kind of this, but it's not really a positive signal. And everything else is it's negative or flat. Below the MOBO band, trying to hold this 75% right here, or 87.5%. So I don't have a signal on the 12 hours, so I'm not going to go long. On the daily, same thing too. It's starting to build up signals here on the daily, so this is kind of confirming this, but we haven't had a green signal to go long yet. I'm hoping that this 15 Venus buy signal, some buy signal, is going to give the momentum with the seasonal dates to push this higher. If not, there's probably going to be more selling pressure coming in. On the weekly, it's pretty much negative. MOBO band broken down. You broke the 20. Could probably be a snapback. This is a snapback setup right here. The squeeze, the spread between the 50, the 20, and the 5 right here. When you get the signal, can mean a snapback. But you know, I'm waiting for it to confirm so I could jump in for the snapback. Fisher sell signal, not good. Squeeze play right here. They get all these red dots. And on the monthly, it's still trending higher. You got all these early sell signals right now for the monthly of weakness. So I think that's it. Sorry for the long video, but I wanted to show you. I haven't done a video in a while, but I wanted to show you what I'm seeing. And this week should be interesting in regards to these signals right here, how it's going to pan out. So good trading, and I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on the euro.